Shadow work can feel heavy. Sometimes it feels like it follows you around all day, but it's not meant to be something that you do 24/7. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a shadow box with the help of Hecate to be able to put your shadow issues into, lock it up, and then get on with your day so that later when you do have time to work on your shadow work, you can come back into that box and deal with that situation. My name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I've been on the witchcraft path now for over 35 years, and I help other witches who are struggling to start a practice or deepen a practice to integrate magic and ritual and the spirituality into your everyday life with ease. And I've worked with Hecate for quite a number of years now, particularly with shadow work. And what I've discovered with the help of Hecate is that shadow work's more than just dealing with your beliefs and behaviors and traumas of the past. It's actually stepping into a new version of yourself, the version of you that is the true you, the witch you, the more powerful and powered you. And what the shadow work does is it helps you transform from the old version of yourself, full of maybe self-doubt and traumas, into this new version of you. And Hecate is an amazing deity to work with for this process. And the shadow box that I'm going to show you today is a tool that you can use in this process. Now, if you want to know more about doing identity shifting work with Hecate, I do have another video called Awaken Your Power with Hecate. And in that video, I give you 4 steps working with Hecate that you can use to step into that new version of you. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. What you need for this shadow box is a box. Now, the box can be any kind of box that you want to work with, a wooden box, a tin box. It could even be a cardboard box. It can be a very plain box that you decorate yourself, or you can go out and buy a box. The second thing you need is a key. Now, Hecate is the key bearer. She is the one who helps open the doors and can also close the doors. And that's what the key symbolizes, opening and closing of doors. If you don't have a key to use, then simply use a piece of paper and a pen and draw yourself a key. It's the symbol of the key that's important. It doesn't have to be a physical key. It could just be a drawing. The other tool for your shadow box is a piece of obsidian, or it can be a piece of tourmaline or any of the black stones like black agate or even a river stone. As long as it's black, you can use that stone. That represents the element of earth and being able to earth the energies. I'm also using some rosemary. You could also use sage or any of the other protective herbs as a symbol of protection. So let's go ahead and create the shadow box. So the first thing to do when you're doing any kind of spell work is to cleanse your space. You can do that with incense, you can do that with salt water, you can do that energetically. I'm not going to go through that today because I have shown you how to do that on other videos. So assume that we've already cleansed ourselves, the space has already been cleansed. Just take a few deep breaths just to calm the nervous system. And we're going to light the candle. And we're going to call in Hecate. Oh, Hecate, goddess of the crossroads, keeper of the keys, guide me today. Illuminate my path with your wisdom and protect me with your torch's light. I call upon you, Hecate Soteria, to watch over me and guide my steps. Blessed be your name. I ask Hecate Kleidouchos, keeper of the keys, to hold what I place inside. And when you're invoking Hecate, just imagine Hecate is there in front of you. She's sitting there in front of you, or she's standing there in front of you. And allow yourself to enjoy her presence. You don't have to rush this. When you are ready, it's time to cleanse your box. And I like to use incense for that. At the moment, I'm using Nag Champa as my incense, but you can use any of the cleansing incenses like rosemary or sage. And I'm just taking the box and I'm going to let the smoke go all the way through and around the box. I cleanse and consecrate this box to serve me in my work, remove all malefic energy and replace with benefic energy. You can also do the same with your key. I cleanse and consecrate this key to serve me in my work. Remove all malefic energy and replace with benefic energy. And the same with your stone. I cleanse and consecrate this stone to serve me in my work. Remove all malefic energy and replace with benefic energy. Now, I forgot to mention really important ingredients, and this is a piece of paper and a pen. What you're going to put in the shadow box are your fears, your behaviors that maybe you weren't very proud of. Maybe there's things you're working on that you slip up on. So, for example, you may be afraid of something. Something's come up and you're afraid. And so you don't have time to work on what that fear is at the moment. You put it in the shadow box. Maybe you had an argument with somebody and it made you feel bad about yourself. Put that in the shadow box. Maybe you had an altercation with somebody and you acted in a way that you weren't proud of. Put that in the shadow box. If it's something that is in your shadow that you wish you hadn't demonstrated, so maybe you got angry too quickly, maybe you're too defensive and you go straight into defense and you end up in a huge argument with people, and so it's really affecting your relationships. Maybe you're just afraid of putting yourself out there and shining your light in the world. Whatever it is that you know that you need to deal with later, you can put in your shadow box. So that's beliefs that you have, thoughts that you have, behaviors that you are doing, and also things that you're feeling, like emotions. They can all go in the shadow box. So once you've written that particular item down on your piece of paper, it's time to work on putting things in your shadow box. The first thing that goes into your shadow box is your key. The key is stating that you are the one who controls what goes in the box and what goes out the box. Hecate is also assisting with that because she is the key bearer. So you place that in your box as your first item in the box. Your second item in the box will be your thoughts, beliefs, your emotions, or your fears, whatever you wrote down on that piece of paper. That piece of paper goes in the box. The next thing that goes into your box is your stone. The stone is your grounding, earthing element here. And by putting the stone upon your thoughts, beliefs, fears, you're grounding your energy. You're bringing things to ground. And if you are feeling any anxiety or any anger or anything like that, grounding it is a wonderful way of calming it down and centering yourself. So the earth energy is really important with this kind of work. Shadow work is very much in your body because it's to do with the subconscious mind and the nervous system, but it's also a lot of thoughts and beliefs that are underneath these things, and they're very air oriented, the element of air. So the way to balance the air element is to add earth. So that's one of the other reasons why we're grounding. And then after you've added your stone, it's time to then place the rosemary for protection into your box. And then you've got your box. Close the box and say to Hecate, "Oh, Hecate, hold this box for me." And hand it to her and imagine her taking that box. Now, Hecate will expect you to work on these shadow issues at some point. It's not like you put them all in a box and then forget about them. That's not how you do shadow work. You're really just putting them there to hold them there until you have the time and the energy to go and work on them. It's also a good way of keeping a list of the things you need to work on when it comes to shadow work too, because there's a lot of layers to shadow work. It's often like a bottomless cup of coffee. You release some layer and then there's another layer underneath that. And you may also find that there's other wings that go off. So you may have a central issue that you're working on, and then you discover that there's other aspects that are related to that, that are similar to that, that you then have to go and work on. Shadow work isn't easy, and this is one of the ways to make it easier. It's a deep dive process, and it's not something that you just do for a couple of weeks or even a couple of months. It's an ongoing thing because you're exploring who you truly are and how you got that way, and where you're not really being who you truly are in the end. And how do you get from the place where you are struggling with self-doubt or struggling with beliefs about yourself that aren't helpful, like I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not allowed, all of those beliefs, how do you change those into beliefs of, yes, I am allowed, of course I'm good enough, and living your life from that truth instead of living a life from the feeling of just not being good enough, being too small. Now, if you want to learn the actual method to transforming what's in this box, I do invite you to join a journey with Hecate. It is my signature course with Hecate to help you step from that version of you who is feeling stuck, feeling limited, transforming you and quantum jumping you into the version of you that you know deep down inside you are, but you're not allowing yourself to be. It's going from that person who doubts themselves and doesn't feel powerful into the person who is empowered, your true inner witch. This is stepping into your witch self. This is stepping into your confident self. This is stepping into yourself that can bring all the things you want to bring into the world in a way that is full of confidence, full of love, and full of gratitude. Enjoying your life, being the person who enjoys their life. That's what identity shifting is. It's shifting from the old version of you to the new version of you. And Hecate is the perfect deity to help you on that journey. So do join a journey with Hecate. There's a link in the description field below this video. You can also find it on my website. Now, when you're finished with your shadow box, it's time to thank Hecate and give her an offering. You can give her offerings of food like honey, eggs, pomegranate, wine. I like to give perfume or oils. And so this is an essential oil that I'm giving her, and it is a white musk. It's an Indian white musk. I thank you, Hecate, for your presence and blessings, and I give offering and praise to you. I also give thanks and praise to my ancestors and the local spirits. Blessed be. So let me know in the comments field if you find this shadow box idea helpful to you and if you're going to use it in your shadow work. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Blessed be.